gather your knockers, ladies, because Mr. Motorboat is in the house. Kung Fu Hot Dog.
So, ladies and gentlemen, on the 13th of April 2026 at 4 minutes to 9 in the evening, I was about to start finishing my script for my next video, which will probably be out on Wednesday now at this stage, when I saw this article from Variety trending online. It's another ungrateful, entitled woman called, oh no, wait for it, Scarlett Johansson, ScarJo, the woman with a body that will launch 1,000 ships. But the way she's carrying on now, she's going to sink 1,000 ships before we know it. And why is she spurting verbal diarrhea at this time in her life? Because I guess, really, we want to be heard as women. We want to be empowered to trample on men who gaze at us and paid for us to watch our sexy bodies and faces at the movies. Yeah, she's got a problem with her looks. The same looks that have made her $165 million. Or is it $1 billion? No, she's a chick. It's going to be $1 million. But on that one, folks, let's get into today's video because this really pissed me off.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures.
I said, Mummy, I like the way the lady runs.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures never before shown in a motion picture. Get ready for
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
No retreat, no surrender.
Scarlett Johansson says it was socially acceptable for young actresses, well, at least I got that part right, to be pulled apart for how they looked in the early 2000s. It was so tough. Now, give me a break, ScarJo. Actresses in the 60s and 70s and before that, the 80s especially, which I'm going to get to in a few moments during this video, folks, they all relied on their looks opening their fame and fortune to a wider audience to get bigger film roles that otherwise eschew them from afar. So did they ever complain that their looks held them down or their lack of supposed talent? But according to ScarJo, in the 2000s, it was just really, really tough for girls. Now, of course, I think Harvey Weinstein might have something to do with this and other nefarious producers. That's what I'm guessing at. It was tough. There was a lot placed on how women looked. Oh, dear God. Let's go back to you, ScarJo. Yeah, I mean, it must have been so tough for you as a growing actress who, by the way, when she appeared in Lost in Translation with Billy Murray, what was the opening shot of that movie? Her butt covered with underwear, or her butt covered underwear butt. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm guessing that wasn't really her butt. It's probably a body double. I think they proved that it was actually a body double standing in for her. But yet still, whether it's hers or whether it wasn't, the whole point is they had to splash the image of that particular fruity tooty booty on the beginning of the film to entice you in. And the rest of the film, well, while it didn't live up to that expectation, the chemistry between the two stars was undoubtedly fantastic. In the rear of 2026, there are more empowering roles for young women. So God forbid you have young actresses who want to rip their clothes off, acting all funny with their equally handsome male co-stars in a rom-com. Oh, we can't have that, folks, can we? You would get pigeonholed and offered the same roles. It would be like the other woman or the side piece, the bombshell. That was the archetype that was prevalent when I was that age. Johansson found solace and comfort in the loving arms of, no, that's the wrong paragraph actually, from typecasting in the New York theater scene. Taking a break from Hollywood also taught her to wait for the right role rather than give in to the pressure to work constantly. You know what? I've got to stop right here, folks, because I don't want to read any more of this article, or should it be farticle. When you think about actors like Vincent Schiavelli, the late great man himself, when he auditioned for Hollywood roles, do you think it was for the romantic leading man? No, because his face, his unique face, would get him more work and roles than his handsome counterparts. Henry Cavill, when he played the Man of Steel Superman in 2013, Amy Adams couldn't keep her hands off his damn biceps.
It's been so challenging having to work with Henry every day.
It's just so awful. It's just too bad about his face, right? he's such a nice guy. And then, I kind of feel bad because in all of the press, it's like obvious. So people are constantly asking the question. And then I'm like, Henry's going to take out a restraining order on me if I keep talking about how cute he is and like giggling in his presence. But
if he liked being objectified, and yes, Henry knew that with the package of Superman and looking a certain way, you're going to get adored in a certain way, right? Do you hear him complain? Do you hear anybody else complain? Of course you don't. But here we are, folks, and this is the memoirs of a certain private investigator, Tom Selleck. This is a fantastic read. Have a look. I'm nearly finished, but I don't want to finish it because it's been such an enthralling ride all the way through. It's been brilliant. I actually bought this at my local Asda just over a year and a half ago, and I'm grateful that I saw it. But this book by Tom Selleck, or again, his memoirs written by somebody else, again, this guy is blessed with some incredible genes, and he knew that, but acting was never his first gig. And when he started to get gigs through appearances on The Dating Game, and then subsequent adverts, and then led to smaller roles before he got to Magnum PI, not once did he ever complain about his looks holding him back, or that people had a perceived judgment about him. He knew the Hollywood game. He had great mentors in the form of James Garner, that's Jim Rockford to you and I. But rarely do you ever hear about men complaining about being objectified. When I got a job because of how I looked, people would comment on how I looked. That's literally the point of view, which is absolutely true. People are just ripping ScarJo, a brand new one, on X. It is so hilarious. As bad as these actresses think the film industry was about criticizing their looks, and yes, it was rough, it was nothing compared to the shaming women got from the fashion industry that was ran by mostly women and gay dudes. Of course, any high-end model from the era would agree with me. We carry on here. Scarlett Johansson in another life wondering why she didn't get into Hollywood. And as you know, that's The Elephant Man with Anthony Hopkins. Oh, of course, somebody called Scarlett X Me. No, I'd rather not. Are these people dumb? Are they retarded? Don't they have any reading comprehension? She is sharing her experience and stating the fact without being ungrateful. She is being ungrateful, by the way. What is wrong with you actually acknowledging that we are better at treating women these days compared to 20 years ago? Because unfortunately, Scarlett X Me, this isn't 20 years ago. It is 20 years later, and frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. But of course now, folks, we've got the female crying she-wolf, ScarJo, and her blessed good looks, which have actually been a curse to her career. Oh, woe is me. Oh, I've broken another fingernail. Whatever am I to do? Now, before I go, folks, I am also going to do some very shameless objectifying of Hollywood actresses of the past. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun when we look at this together. So, Farrah Fawcett, one of the all-time GOATs, and she kind of broke away from her image in 1986 with a film called Extremities, which I haven't seen for the longest time, but she played an abuse victim in that film. And yes, it was kind of going against the type of what she was known for, being a pin-up and looked a certain way, but she was fantastic. Now, below her is this leading ladies of the 1980s. And you know who they are already. Sigourney Weaver on the left, Michelle Pfeiffer, former Miss Orange County, Lady Hawk to you and I, Richard Donner directed movie from 1985, co-starring Rutger Hauer and Matthew Ferris Bueller Broderick himself, which is a really good film, by the way. Now, what's really peculiar about this IMDb article, ladies and gentlemen, if you look above me, this is the 6th photo out of a total of 158 photographs of leading 80s ladies. So if I click the arrow back, who precedes Sigourney Weaver? Well, it's Sigourney again, looking okay there. And then we have Diane Keaton. Now, I wouldn't think of her as a strikingly beautiful leading lady. Sure, terrific actress, but what comes to mind is not beauty, more of a talented actress. So it's funny how they skipped Diane Keaton and went straight for the goodies right here. So Sigourney again, looking very nice there. And then look at that, Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, if you talk about the Helen of Troy of Hollywood, is this bombshell right here. Oh no, it's a bombshell. oh, our Scarjo's bodyguard's going to come over to my place and rough me up. Well, I certainly hope they do. And in this case, I'm going to carry on ogling and googling Ms. Michelle Pfeiffer, which I think this is definitely around Grease 2 era, before she was cast in Scarface with Al Pacino. And by the way, is she moaning about her looks here? Is she being objectified, Your Honor? I think not, but these were people who were absolutely, that's married. I think she played Angie DeMarco in Married to the Mob. I think that's where that still comes from, or maybe The Witches of Eastwick. Let's carry on. She's just so effing gorgeous. There we are. Scarface. I think that might be Tequila Sunrise with Mel Gibson and Kurt Russell. Another pair of handsomely, ruggedly good-looking men. Linda Hamilton, right? Look at her back in the day, man. That's Beauty and the Beast at the time. That's obviously Terminator 1. Oh, I should know who that's. Oh, that's oh my God, Sally Field. Why did I freeze on Sally Field? That's so bizarre. Again, yeah. I mean, this was the love of the life for Burt Reynolds, wasn't it? Jeez. Oh my God, she looks fantastic there. And that's Farrah Fawcett again.
I would love for it to be after I'm dead.
IMDb. Now I know you're having a laugh. Oh my God. And on that one, folks, before I get a coronary and have to dial 911, I'll leave you with the image of Michelle Pfeiffer for the end credits, because I can't unsee what I just saw. And I will catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Tune in next time, Space Freaks, and hear your doobry go ping in the next gripping installment of
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Rolling down to Dallas, my wheels provide my palace. And off to New Orleans, or who knows where. Places new and ladies too. I'm BJ McKay, and this is my best friend, Dan.